Hello everyone, I haven't made a video in some time because I try not to make these unless for some reason something's really on me. And boy, is this really on me. And I've actually been kind of hiding from it like Jonah. I don't really want to say anything. I'm like, I found this out, but thank you, but no thank you. In fact, I left a comment about this on some YouTube places, and boy, have I been attacked. So just straight up, I'm just going to use scripture. This is not my opinion. I'm just lifting the stone and saying, look, you guys do what you want to do with it. Here's the thing. So I grew up in church, and I remember the story in the scripture how Jesus said, which of you being a father, if your son was to ask for a fish, that one, and would you give him, if you ask for bread and a stone and serpents? And I used to think, wow, yeah, I'm a parent. I get it. And that's so awesome. My Father in heaven's even better than me, and I'm a pretty good parent. So that's good. Got a good dad. All right. Well, the thing is, at the time, when he was telling the Hebrews this, they would have known about a certain verse that I didn't know about. So when I heard that scripture, I was just, I took it as I could ask my Father for something, and he surely would send me what I needed, right? But the thing is, the people he was talking to would have known about this scripture that I'm about to read you. It's in Numbers. The Egyptians, they've left Egypt, and they're about a month out, and they're complaining. They're like, man, the fish in Egypt, there was so much fish. And they're complaining, oh my gosh, we want bread. And they were complaining about Moses and the Lord. So they were sent fiery serpents. So it's chapter 21, verse 5. And, all right. And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? There's no bread. And then it's, you could read this. And then the Lord sent fiery serpents, and they bit the people, and they died. So Jesus also tells the Hebrews, your father is Satan. He's saying these things. And I'm always like, wow, that's crazy. He must have been, talking to the Pharisees. But no, I went through that. He was talking to everyone. He tells the woman at the well, ye worship what ye know not, but there'll come a time when all will worship the Father in spirit, for the Father is spirit and truth. And he says, which among you being a father, if your child asks for bread, would you send serpents? And then we've got a God that sends serpents. And then after sending serpents and killing them for asking for bread and complaining, which I wouldn't do as a mother. And again, I'm just using what Jesus told me to do. He's like, judge the tree by the fruit. What are the attributes? And this is all I've ever been saying and that's all I've ever been doing, just using that. It's either good or it's bad. And if it has to be propped up with a whole bunch of Wile E. Coyote inside out excuses, it's probably not the truth, because the truth doesn't need to be propped up. The truth is the truth is the truth. And good is good and bad is bad. So then he tells them, why don't you go build a brass idol of a snake? And if you get bitten, look up at that brass idol, which sounds like worshiping a brass idol, an idol of a snake. And then after they do this and they live, they go out into all these lands, which, I'm told, there was these Nephilim and there's these giants and they were bad people and they worshiped Baal and all this. But the stuff that they were doing, it's like something, it says, and now therefore kill every male among the little ones. That's something that like the Pharaoh did. This is bad. Or Herod or Nero, and kill every woman that hath known a man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves. And then it says that they shone their hair, so they shave them bald. They take them as wives, but if they don't like them in a little bit, throw them out and discard them, even if they had children. Guys, what kind of fruit is this? And you know what Jesus said? Not my Father. My Father, if you ask for bread, wouldn't send a snake.